What's up, everybody? This is Carl from Techful Goodies, and today we have an AliExpress tech haul. Yes, AliExpress. Now, it's been around for a while, and you know that I normally do other types of hauls on this channel, but I wanted to be able to try out AliExpress. I have purchased a few things from there in the past and been quite happy with the items that I got. So when they contacted me and wanted me to do sort of a tech haul on opening, I said yes. So they provided me a small budget, as always. And I picked up a bunch of stuff that I thought that we would all like, or stuff that was interesting that we might use. So let's just jump right into this and try some of these things out. I'll show you what I got. We'll test them, see how they go. All right, so first thing in the bag. Okay, yes. So one of the first things that I did was pick something with like a name that I knew. So this is a U green charging block, okay? Now I also did get one other thing to go with this, and that is also a U-Green charging cable, okay? So let's take a look at this first. This is the U-Green Nexode charger, okay? So it's a 65-watt charger, and it has this cutesy little face on the front that sort of tells you what's going on. It'll actually tell you when it's charging. It'll tell you when the charging is complete, like looking like it's sleeping, and it'll tell you when it's kind of in a standby mode, okay? So that's nice. And again, 65 watts I think is very important because things like my tablet back here, right there, the Dell tablet, that it charges anywhere between 40 and 60 watts. So I can charge that, I can charge my iPad, my iPhone, blah, blah, blah. We've always talked about difference in wattage and what is important. So let's take a look at this. And I'll put the prices up for all these things so you get an idea of what the prices are as I open them and go through them. So here he is. So this is kind of cool. I mean, it's a cute little guy. I think it's fun. Something to have on your desk as a desk accessory. So that's nice. Let's see if there's anything else in here. Nope, looks like just some instructions and another instruction manual. So no additional cables, which is why I kind of bought this other cable that we'll take a look at. I mean, that's pretty much all to say about this in particular, but we'll open up this cable and try it out. So one of the things that I did like about this cable was the fact that it was like a really good quality cable, and it has two different things that I like to get in my cables. First of all, it's a higher wattage cable, which means that it will support this charger's 65 watts here. It does have the braided cable, as you can see. I'll hold it up so you can see it has a nice braided cable, and it's a thick cable that, you know, gives that extra bit of thickness for all the data lanes and all the power that's going through it. And the other thing that I liked is that both of the sides have these right angle connectors. So if you have a tight spot that you're trying to put them in, it gives you that sort of right angle connector so it's not sticking so far out. So I like that too. All right, so on the small little U-Green charger, you can see that it has a couple of different ports. I'll angle it here towards the light. It has USB-C 1, 2, and USB-A. And so this is a USB 3 point something, I'm not sure, but it's at least the 3.0. And then these are here for your computers, tablets, and higher wattage machines, but it'll work for whatever you have because in general, these chargers are kind of smart chargers and they won't over wattage your devices. So I will go ahead and plug this in here. Now, in order to get this to work, you pop off the little feetsies and you plug it into your power source. Now, you can't see this directly, but I will take a little video of that. And immediately I'm charging. And the face on the front is a little smoochy looking face, and that means that it's charging. And like I said, it will have different faces depending on what it's doing. It will go into a standby mode when the charging is complete, so it doesn't keep trying to blast your device. And then also into a standby mode when it's not actually being used. So I'll go ahead and unplug my phone. And now you can see it's kind of in that standby mode. The one thing I absolutely wished, and can you guess what I wish on this? I wish the front little screen actually showed you what wattage was being pulled out of there, but that's neither here nor there. But again, I thought it was a cute little thing to pick up, and I like the U-Green brand and the fact that they're on AliExpress. The shipping was fine. I didn't have any issue with it. The funny thing is that the shipping, when it first shipped, it said it was going to take a long time. It came actually pretty quick. I think it came within a week, like a week and a half. Maybe one of the items came a little bit later through a different shipping channel. But yeah, so the quality on these is really nice. I'm really happy with both of these. So definitely check these out. Let's check out the next thing in the box. Alrighty, here I do know what this one is too. Now, I'm always looking for little small things to use around the house or in my studio here. And again, another name brand that I saw on there that I wanted to try out. So this is an Ulanzi light stick. Okay, so this is a light stick that you can use to sort of light up an area, maybe somewhere you're working, maybe my back wall here, maybe even my desk if I want to. I can hook it up on the overhead and sort of get more of a directional light and change that light. So it has a 2600 milliamp hour battery in it, which is nice. So if you're charging it, you can pop it off and take it where you need to go. It does support 2500 to 9000 K as far as the light temperature. So let's take a look at it. Brute forced it open. I tried to cut it open with the little knife thing, but it didn't do a good job. All right, stuff falling all over the place. And what else is in the box? They do give you a charging cable, which is USB-A to USB-C, so you can charge it. So the power switch is over here on the side. We'll see if it has any light power. Starting it up, you see the little screen on the front here that'll tell you exactly what it's doing. Oh, and I did get the RGB one. So you can kind of see it changing colors here in the top-down view. And like I said, it does have different things like scenes you can use. Let me go ahead and turn off the light so you can see this stuff really well. A strobe light, RGB strobe, emergency light, a headlight beam, red flash. Anyway, it has a bunch of different like presets here. Or you can go ahead and change it to a standard light. So you can see here, if I wanted to do something in a darker area, you would see that the light here. The fun thing is that this little screen here does show you all the information that you need when you're using it. Right now, the brightness is 100%. You can turn that down. And then the temperature. So if I want to change it to like a daylight temperature, I can hold down the down button and you can kind of see, or actually the up button. You can actually see it changing right there. So it does change to whatever Kelvin temperature you want. And then you can see from the top down, it does have sort of a diffused glow. It's reflecting directly off of my desk, so it doesn't show up so great. So, you know, if I wanted to have it off to the side, I could do that. I can also change the hue, saturation, and brightness. So if I wanted to change it from green, I can just cycle through the different hues. So it is a fully sort of adjustable RGB light if I wanted to put this in the background or light something up. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with this. Oh, and it does have, let me turn this light back on. And it does have a tripod mount. So if you want to put this on a small tripod, I think that I might want to do that. It'll work. And again, USB-C charging on the side. It does show the battery level right here, which is very nice. So you know exactly where your battery's at. Good. So yeah, another winner here. Excellent. And if you want to use it as a lightsaber, wow, you can do so. Anyway. All right, next in the back. So this is something that I picked up because I'm starting to do more little projects, more things around the house. And I find that there are different resources out there and things you can get. With AliExpress, one of the cool things that they have, not only like consumer electronics, tech, gadgets, but they also have a very detailed section of electronics, boards, things you can do to add to your projects. So this is a Raspberry Pi kit. Now, I did open this up and try it out just to make sure everything was legit. So if you don't know what a Raspberry Pi is, it's a small little sort of project board that you can install things on. I'm going to use it in order to install a little operating system on there to control my 3D printer downstairs. But you can do all sorts of stuff. You can put Linux on here. You can put all sorts of stuff on this small little tiny package. Okay, so this is the Raspberry Pi 2W, and this particular board sells for about $14. Now, this set here, you can see, I don't remember exactly how much, maybe $30, $35, but that's because it not only comes with the board, it came with a 16 gigabyte SD card. It came with SD card converter to from micro SD card to full SD card. It came with an actual case for it, so you can kind of take this Raspberry Pi in there, and then you have a case for it, so it's not exposed, which is nice. It also came with the power cable, so it came with a brick and this cable here. So this little board does have a couple things on it. It has a mini HDMI. It has two micro USB ports. One is where you plug the power in, and the other is for I/O. It does have the small little SD card reader here, the TF card or micro SD card. But this kit made me very happy because it came with everything that I needed to be able to hook it up right to my 3D printer. This was awesome. In fact, the reason that I picked this up on AliExpress was the fact that I couldn't find this bundle anywhere. I had watched a YouTube video and clicked on the link to try to buy this bundle, and I couldn't find it. And I found it right away, and it came right away. So I was super happy with this. I know it's a little bit more detailed, maybe a little bit more low down techie than you might like, but the fact that they have that range of things makes me really happy because I know I can go there to find certain stuff I can't find on the other sites. So anyway, this was a great deal, a great find, and I have been very, very happy with it. All right, a couple more things here. Ah, yes. So this is another light. So if you've been a fan of this channel or watched any of my other videos, you know that I'm always buying flashlights, lights to have around the house, things that I can work little projects for. And I thought this was cool because it does have the little carabiner on the top here to be able to hook onto whatever you're working on, which is always important. And it's rechargeable. Okay, so this is a dual sort of front light and flashlight, and it does come with a USB-C charger, which is nice. So let's go ahead and turn it on. And this is one of the sort of lesser expensive things that I wanted to pick up, kind of just to see how their little small tech was. So if I turn it on, yep, it works just fine. Oh yeah, fairly bright. I mean, with all my lights on here, it actually does show up pretty well here on the desk. And then if you hit the button again, you get a blinking mode for safety if you wanted to hang it up when you're working on your car, if you're stuck on the side of the road. And it also does have the front light. I don't know why I look at these things whenever I turn these lights on, but it's just what I do. So if you did want to hang it up somewhere, it would illuminate what you're working on. If I'm working on like a computer, it might be nice to use there. And hit the button again to turn it off. Good. Happy. Yeah, all these things have been pretty good so far. Except for this box that was a little crunchy when it came. Whatever. Oh, okay, so I have two things left and they're kind of very similar. So let's take a look at them. So the first thing I bought was an 8-bit do controller. Okay, I recognize 8-bit do, 8-bit do. I'm not sure how to say it, but I bought their stuff in the past and it's a really good brand. There it was on AliExpress, very inexpensive. So this is a Hall Effect game pad for your Switch, Windows, Android, Apple. So it should be good to go. And I actually like the form factor of the PlayStation controller. So I wanted to pick this up as something that I could play, use on my computer because I do play like Elden Ring a lot, and this would work good. So we'll take a look at this. I also picked up another controller that I got, and I think it was around 10 bucks. The reason I got it is because like I said, I really like the PlayStation controls and the PlayStation form factor. So what I did was, I think they have maybe aftermarket or not aftermarket controllers. And since the PlayStation 4 has been around for quite a while and it's the PlayStation 5 now and everyone leans towards that, I was able to basically pick up a PlayStation 4 controller for like 10 bucks. I already used this. It works great. There's no issues with it. The touch screen works. The buttons all work. So yeah, so I was actually pretty happy with this, and just to have another one of these sitting around the house that I can use, you can plug this into your computer. It does have a micro USB connector, so that's something to keep in mind, but it cooks to your computer and you're pretty much good to go. So a nice controller, and I got orange because I have another one that's a camouflage color, and what does camouflage do? It camouflages. So I can never find the thing because it's just sitting somewhere camouflaged into a couch. So I got orange so I can see it everywhere. But the quality of this feels absolutely great, legit. It's not cheap. If you can find this on AliExpress and you like these kind of controllers, pick that up. But on the flip side of that, if you want something a little bit more advanced, you can go with this 8-bit do controller here. So again, I got the gray version again, and it does work for the Switch, Windows, Android, Apple, Steam, Raspberry Pi. I have a Raspberry Pi there. You can actually take that small Raspberry Pi and put like a retro emulation system on it. So this would work just perfectly fine with that. All right, in the box comes the actual controller itself. It's a lot bigger than I thought it was, which is good because I have big hands and I like to be able to have a nice, good controller to hold on to. It does come with a USB-A to a USB-C charging, so it is a USB-C device. So if you wanted to use it wired, you can. If you want to use it Bluetooth, you can. In comparison to the actual PlayStation controller, you can kind of see they're about the same size, about the same form factor, which is good. But the one difference is this has kind of those Hall effect joysticks. I'm not sure, I don't think it has Hall effect buttons, but it has the joysticks, and that's going to be good for not having stick drift. And stick drift is basically when your controller sort of wears out, and by default, it has a little bit of a lean to the right, and your control on your person or your guy you're playing will actually kind of push right even when you're not touching anything. So this has the A, B buttons here, A on the right, B on the bottom. That's going to work for the Switch and for your PC. A lot of times for like an Xbox, you'll have the A on the bottom and the B on the right. So that's something to pay attention to when you buy a controller. But yeah, this feels good. It looks like it does have the 2 buttons here, 2 buttons here. Oh, it actually also has some extra programmable buttons down here on the bottom, which is nice. It looks like it does have a replaceable battery. But yeah, this feels great. I think all of the things that I've gotten here have been great quality. You know, I think that I like to say every single time I do a haul on one of these sites, regardless of where it's at, look at the listing that you're looking at, okay? On all these sites, you might find listings that are a little bit misleading. I clicked on a laptop just to see it the other day, and the picture was of the laptop, but in reality, it was just for the case. So you kind of have to make sure when you click on the product, you go in, click, and know exactly what you're getting. As a consumer, I think that's important. Just don't click and buy. No matter what site you're on, you always read the specs and see what you get. Like, for example, the other day I bought something on Amazon, and I was about to buy it, but I didn't buy it because the picture showed different accessories, and then when I went to the listing, it said the device only no extra accessories. Okay, so regardless of where you're at, there's always something you need to pay attention to. Across the board, I think we got a bunch of good stuff here. I hope this was enjoyable for you. If it was, give me a thumbs up. Let me know if you want to do more AliExpress stuff. Let me know where you want me to try tech hauls from. I'm definitely thinking I'm going to do some more AliExpress stuff, but yeah, let me know. Again, give me a like, give me a thumbs up, give me a subscribe. I'd love to see you back. We do this stuff all the time. But until then, this is Carl from Techful Goodies, and I'm out.